Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Etiquette. My name is Angela Robinson. I'm the host for the show this evening. With me today is my guest, Mr. Jaden Hudson. Mr. Hudson is a Bloom High School student. He is a sophomore there at the school, and today's topic, we're talking about the value of mentoring. Mr. Hudson is going to be honored by the Etiquette Foundation because he was in the summer program, the mentoring program. And I just basically want to read to you what the Etiquette Foundation has to say about the mentoring program. They are very pleased to sponsor the second annual mentoring conference coming up this year on behalf of the underprivileged and at-risk youth residing in the greater South Suburban area. The focus for this year is to recognize several outstanding high school students for their participation in the Foundation's sponsored employment readiness summer job training program, which Mr. Hudson was a part of. And so he will be an honoree of that upcoming conference this year. So today we'll be talking about his involvement, what he did, what he is looking to do, and how etiquette is a part of his life. So, Mr. Hudson,
yes, ma'am.
I've already kind of given away where you go to school and things of that nature,
ma'am.
but kind of give me a little bit more information about how etiquette plays a role in your life.
Well, it helps a lot. It helped me with a job, finding out places, things I never knew how to do. People help me out, learning, connecting with people that I never knew about, giving me transactions, and people helping me out so I can learn and get a better life and things I never knew to do. And help me assess in my future.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So now tell me a little bit about the mentoring relationship between you and Mr. Wright and the other gentleman that Mr. Wright mentors. How does that work out for you guys?
We have a great mentoring program. He helps us, take us out to places we never been, dress us up, take us out to eat, how to play golf, take us to see pictures, car shows, music, how to walk right, how to stand up, how to get a great job, not to wear earrings, and be your own personality and do things right the way they're supposed to do.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. So would you say that it has changed your life?
Yes, ma'am, a lot. He's a very inspiring person. He helps me a lot. He got me a job for the summer. I was looking for a job, helped me out, teach me dressed up, seen in very many places this summer, worked some of my own money for the legal way, not the illegal way. He helps a lot of kids.
Okay.
He's a very great man.
Okay. Now, when you talk about work, what type of work are you guys doing?
Like labor and handwork. So we had these pants that had black stuff on it. So they bought some material, we sprayed it on there and got it off, and we got it all silver. Without them, we never knew how to take off stuff.
Okay.
Rolled up some grass things that was on the floor, rolled them up, put them up, cleaned out the top of the garage.
Okay.
We built some tunnels or some holes to do plumbing for our booth shop.
Okay.
Our bathrooms that's in the garage for our boat cars and motorcycle storage place we finna have.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, with those type of skills, what do you think you're going to do with those skills?
A lot. I can learn a lot. I know how to build. I know how to drill, how to do things, how to put pipes together. Things I never knew that they taught me how to do.
Okay. Now, do you spread the word with your classmates about what you guys are doing?
Yes, ma'am. With older people, tell them they can store their cars or boats or motorcycles that they have, that they need storage displays. I tell teachers what I'm doing and my classmates, like, you should get out here and learn some things you can never know about. That schools won't teach you about.
That's wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
So now let's delve a little bit more into the etiquette part of it. Now, you said you guys go out and you dress up and things of that nature, but what other areas do you feel that etiquette helps you develop more into the type of person that you want to be? Say, for instance, like in school, how do you handle conflicts? Because etiquette is about comporting yourself. So how do you handle conflicts now that you have etiquette training as versus how you did before?
Talk to people, try to figure out things, not try to go into fighting using your fists, having a good brief conversation, talking about why it happened and why it's going to happen, or should it move on forward, to not get a conflict, to not get a bad reputation or anything to happen to yourself.
Very good, very good. Well, as you can see, etiquette plays a very important role in the lives of our high school students. Again, Mr. Hudson is working with Mr. Wright. He is one of his mentees, and he has learned how to use the rules of etiquette to better himself within the school environment. He hasn't had any fights, correct?
No, ma'am.
He hasn't had any conflicts that he can't overcome. So again, those of you who are listening and those of you who are watching, etiquette plays a very important role. It helps our young people understand the rules of how to comport themselves and how to move forward in life, how to overcome certain situations that they may face without using physical violence. Okay, so let's get back to
Yes,
the mentorship program. I heard you say you guys are working at a place where you can store your bikes, your boats, and your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So we have this big old area where you store your cars, like fancy cars, we say like Corvettes, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguars, Mustangs. I can go on and on. Your bikes, your Harley-Davidson, your big boats, your yachts, anything you want. So with that, you can have car parties, club parties for your clubs that you have with your cars and your bikes, boats. We can move stuff around that you want it to be. Very places coming soon for people that have cars and want things stored.
Very nice, very
You
nice.
can give a membership. It's a very good membership.
Okay, that's very nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to use those skills, not only just there to work, but also too within your environment in school. It looks like we have a caller. Caller?
Yes, I have a question. How many young men are involved in that program?
Well, we have a few. We have many. I'll say perhaps from 4 to 8.
Okay. Were you working full time during the summer months?
Yes, sir. Things like from 8 to 3. Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good program. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, caller. We appreciate that calling in. Now, can you give me a little bit more about what you do in high school? What type of sports or activities are you involved in?
Well, I'm a straight A and B student. I
Very
have good
good.
grades. I have a 3.8 GPA. I play football.
Okay.
I'm enrolled in the Art and J program with Mr. Turner and Mr. Dr. Streeter.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. He's a very wise man. They talk about problems and help people with problems, and we help people and reach out and go to different things and learn things.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I sometimes help out the lunch after schools. So I pass out lunches to the kids that do after school programs like tutoring, night school, basketball.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now, I heard that you're a football player.
Yes, ma'am.
Why football?
I like the sport. I like the contact.
Okay.
It's very fun when you're having fun with your teammates. It's a little contact, and you get to hit, throw the ball, catch, excitement.
Okay. Okay. And what positions do you play?
Quarterback, wide receiver, outside linebacker, and wide receiver. Kickoff return, punt return.
Wow, it sounds like you're the whole team.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's good. That's good that you have an outlet where you can have fun in school. But again, you're using the etiquette rules of life to get you through that.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
say for instance, you're playing football and there happens to be a problem. Oh, we have another caller. Hello, caller.
Yes, and good evening to both y'all guys. This is Steve. I spoke to you and Mr. Wright last
Steve.
week, and I said I was going to make sure, get a chance to take a peep. I've been listening to some of the things what the young guy was speaking of. I also play sports, grammar, high school, and college, and semi-pro. But listen to me. The question that I want to ask you is this. How do your peers treat you? They will know that you are a little bit different. You're not like them. You're not walking down the street with your pants sagging. You're not doing what the other kids will be doing. And you know what they be doing.
Yes, sir.
So the thing is it a pressure? Is it pressure you sometimes where they say, oh man, you're square, you this and that, come and do what we want to do? Because I'm quite sure temptation is something, and especially when you're trying to do different. And let me give you a suggestion. I don't care what anybody say do. I don't care what anyone else do. You need to learn to do what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
If this is what you want to do, you do it. If you don't, then you don't do it. You don't waste other people's time. But again, let me get out the air so I can hear your response. I want to know, how are you being pressured? Do you feel like you're pressured being you instead of not like them? And that's a wonderful thing, to be you than someone else. Thanks for taking the call. Let me get out there so I can hear your response.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, I'm not peer pressured. I don't let peer pressure me because I see the way people are. I have family members that have been through those things, and I want to change the world, help out the kids when I get older. I want to start my own company when I get older, have a football team for the youth so they can play football and get out the streets, and help out a lot of people, help the struggling people, the homeless people. I want to do wise things when I get older.
Very good. Very good. And would you say because of the etiquette training, is that how you feel that you want to do those things, or did you feel that way prior?
I feel that way prior because the way I see people struggling, I know I'm out here getting what I can get.
Mm-hmm.
And some reason they can't, or they had a life where they couldn't get no job, or people weren't helping them.
Mm-hmm.
Like my person that helped me out, like Mr. Nathan Wright, he helps me out. He gave me a job opportunity to see things that no one else probably got or seen. So I want to be the person that helped him, like he helped me.
Okay, very good, very good. And again, you can see how the value of mentorship is very important in a young man's life. If Mr. Wright or someone of Mr. Wright's caliber had not taken the time to pour into this young man the very essence of life, share his experiences, help develop this young man into someone who wants to give back, who is eager to give back, who wants to share what has been given to him to others and help others, then we would have another casualty on the streets. And again, it's so important that you reach out to the community, to the young people. When you see someone out there that needs help, don't stop. Don't say, well, maybe I shouldn't, I couldn't. Always offer and lend your support. It is very important that we get involved in our community and we work with our youth. They are our future. So if we don't take the time to mentor and to pour into them what we know and our experiences, then again, we will have more and more loss of our young people. And again, if you would like to be a part of the Etiquette Foundation, our information is right here on the screen. Please give us a call at 312-473-2942. We're always looking for great volunteers to come out and to help us, to not only just mentor, but also to train and to teach etiquette. Okay. Mr. Hudson, let's go back to what you do in school.
Yes,
now, that GPA is pretty impressive.
Yes,
so how do you keep that GPA up with all of the activities that you're a part of?
Well, I have standards and do my homework. I do most of my homework in school because I get done early. I pay attention.
Okay.
I do it after practice or after work. Stay up. My hours of sleep are great. I don't need that much hours because I'm used to waking up early because of sports I do when I was younger.
Okay.
So doing homework and my mother and my family push me to do better is great. My sister, she's older than me. She just went out to college. She got a D1 full ride scholarship to Benedict in South Carolina. So she motivates me to do better and to do harder things, even though I'm in a lot of activities.
Okay. Okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. We are, again, Let's Talk Etiquette. I'm Angela Robinson, your host for this evening. I am speaking with Mr. Hudson. He is an awardee of the mentorship conference that will be coming up this year for the Etiquette Foundation. Mr. Hudson has been sharing with us his background, his involvement in high school. He is a sophomore at Bloom High School in the south suburbs. It's a great high school. He has also been sharing how etiquette plays a role in his life, how it has improved upon some of the areas in his life, specifically when it comes to conflict. As you know, young people in high school, they have so many different challenges. It could be walking down the hall and accidentally bump someone, or you could actually have some miscommunication in a classroom or on the football field.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
it could relate into a fight later. But Mr. Hudson has shared with us how he communicates with his team members and also his peers to understand why things should not escalate and understand how to curb violence in his school and with his peers. And so we are very proud that Mr. Hudson will be one of the awardees of the conference this year. And just to give you a snippet of what the conference will be covering, it is why is there a need for more mentors at this time in our nation, in our national life. As you can see again, through the news and through other means, it is very important that we reach out to our young people and we start that dialogue. We start to mentor them and we start to pour into them information and our life history so that they don't make the same mistakes that we made as we were going through. Second, how community leaders can play a greater role in encouraging more citizens to become mentors. Again, I can't say more than it is very important to be a part of your community, to help these young people, to develop them into the leaders that we need them to be. And lastly, how important is etiquette in your mentorship program goals and objectives? Again, Mr. Hudson has confirmed that the etiquette training that he has received and the mentoring that he's receiving from Mr. Wright is very invaluable. It has shown him how to not only comport himself, but he's learned some valuable life skills. He's learned how to utilize the skills he's earned by working with his hands, by learning how to create things out of nothing, basically, at the boat and car and bike.
Car, bike, and
Okay.
boat. Yes, ma'am.
And so he has been very insightful this evening, giving us information on how he uses his skills to move forward in life. What I want to do, just again, is just briefly give you our information again. If you are interested in being a part of the Etiquette Foundation, here's our contact information, our website, and our email address, in addition to our phone number. Please make sure that you give us a call. We are eagerly waiting your call, and we would love to have you as our members. So, Mr. Hudson, before we wrap up, we only have about 5 minutes. Can you give me just a overview, so to speak, of how etiquette is important to you and how you would like to see it transferred to your team members and peers at the school?
It's very good. Etiquette can help you. It can get you out of conflict and get you things that you never know that you thought you can get in. Ways it can help you out. Help my peers from doing things that they want to do or don't want to do. Getting money. Making your own money, not the legal way. The illegal way, make it a legal way. Saying that you made this without help or need no help because you got it on yourself. You got up, stop being lazy. And you fought for what's yours. And help out the other people and show other people how it's done. How about younger people in the streets? See kids. If they need $1, give them $1 because it's just a nice thing to do and help out people.
Okay. Well, you've heard it right here on Let's Talk Etiquette. We have a mentee of Mr. Wright who will be honored at the second annual conference here coming up shortly in November. He has demonstrated again his ability to show us in conversation how etiquette has been a very important and impactful accent to his life. He has demonstrated how working with Mr. Wright, learning new skills, how that is important, how that has now fostered him to give back to others and to want to give back to others, not just because he's getting a paycheck or what have you, but because he's seeing how it is important to help others and to bring other people up that same ladder that he's going. So again, we thank Mr. Wright for his tirelessly work in mentoring and bringing people into the Etiquette Foundation. His work is something that will live on forever because he has touched so many lives. Again, we thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Etiquette. And again, our information is on the screen. Our call-in number is 312-738-1060. If you would be so kind to give us a call on our next show, we'd love to converse with you. We'd love to answer any questions that you have. Next week, I will be having Peter Buckley. He is the president of the Etiquette Foundation. I look forward to meeting with him and conversing with him as well and catching up with him. Again, Let's Talk Etiquette. We thank you again for tuning in. And Mr. Hudson, thank you so very much for being my guest today. I am very proud to sit next to this young man. Just the conversation alone was very insightful. Because we have so many young people that are having conflict in high school or not being able to utilize their skills and move forward in life, it's very refreshing to sit next to a young man who can articulate how etiquette is being impactful and insightful in his life. And we thank you again for tuning in to Let's Talk Etiquette.